Hello, and welcome to the Sisters of the Shire podcast. I'm Abby.
And I'm Ashley.
And this season, we are diving into the Unfinished Tales, Tolkien's collection of side stories, deep dives, and fragments that expand on the world of the Silmarillion, The Hobbit, and The Lord of the Rings.
It's basically the bonus content or the deleted scenes of Middle-earth. It's been enlightening, and it has some of our favorite stories, at least that I'm finding so far.
I know, it's true. So these tales give us more context, a little bit more about characters we already knew, and also more characters we didn't know, and then plenty of moments that will make you say, wait, how did I not know this? If you've been with us for a while, thanks for coming back.
And if you're new, welcome to the Sisters of the Shire podcast. We're so glad you're here.
Yes, we are. But we do recommend starting at the beginning of the season for the full story. But however you've got here, we're so happy to have you. And without further ado, let's dive into the Unfinished Tales.
Let's go!
Happy Hobbit Day.
Happy Hobbit Day, Abby. This will be coming out the day after, but
we're recording it on
yes.
Hobbit Day. Next year it'll be on Hobbit Day.
Yeah.
It'll come out on Hobbit Day.
Yeah. Ooh,
so,
coordinate that.
Today is Bilbo and Frodo's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
They share a birthday. So, September 22nd is Hobbit Day. Many celebrate. If you are celebrating Hobbit Day today, can you please send us pictures of your, beautiful Hobbit-themed feast that you're having, or, maybe you're having a cool watch party of all the movies or things like that. If you have any fun photos,
small,
yeah,
I wore my Hobbit t-shirt today. That's cool too.
Hey.
Share it.
If you've got anything that you would like to share with us so we can share on our stories in celebration of Hobbit Day, we would love to see it. So happy Hobbit Day to those who celebrate. Eat some delicious food, many meals. Today is a day of good food and
a warm
comfy clothing and going outside and taking a good walk, looking at nature, enjoying nature, all those things. So go celebrate how you see fit.
Yes. I like it.
Yes. I feel like Hobbit Day should have a, they say Merry Christmas or a little saying to go along with Hobbit Day. And blah, 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 blah. Happy
May the hair on your toes grow long.
Yeah, yes, something like that. That's a good one.
May your crops grow.
May your garden be green and beautiful.
Yes, I like it.
May you always have second breakfast.
Oh, I like that one. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to our buddy Dan. After our last episode, I know I'm not going to talk about it long, but he sent us a message that made me cry again. But we really appreciate you, Dan, and we love you so much. And it was very sweet what you said about my nephew.
Yes.
And I love you.
Yes. You were very, very kind.
So anyways, last episode, how much do you remember?
I remember that. I know I might be summarizing it really fast, but I remember that they were trying to lead. What's the girl's name? Nienor, who got mind melted by the dragon. And she was kind of in shock, blinded and not hearing anybody and kind of just unaware of her surroundings. And so they were leading her through the forest of okay, let's go back home. Let's try to get you back home. And she got spooked somehow. Was it orcs?
There was an orc ambush.
Yes.
When they all decided to take a rest, which is a bad idea. Always post a guard, people.
And so she got spooked and she ran away and she had some extra unhuman help. She ran faster than
really fast.
Yeah. And she was like, suddenly got her sight and hearing back, which we think is what happened, because if you can't run through the forest at night, not being able to see or hear anything.
Right.
But she ran away. I think she finally, like, everything hit her, I think, of what was going on, and she kind of had this, like, a little mental breakdown, and she was freaked out, and she ran away, and she was, she ended her journey of running on a mound of earth, and we find out later that was Findulus's grave. And was it Turin who saw her, or was it someone, like, another?
It was Turin too, but they all saw her, I think. But yeah,
so they didn't know it was what's her name? Nienor. They didn't know it was Nienor because it was all foggy and spooky, so it just looked like she was the ghoul, like the ghost of the girl who died, the sad girl who died.
It wasn't foggy. It was actually in the middle of a thunderstorm, and the lightning illuminated.
That's right. The lightning illuminated it, and she looked like a crazy ghoul.
Yeah.
And they thought it was
and also girl. Remember, she's naked.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. So Turin is in the forests of Brethel with his woodsmen. They were off hunting orcs, and they were trying to find shelter amongst the storm. And that's when they see Nienor lying on the mound, naked, flash of lightning, a little scary. So one of the men, a little spooky. And I'm going to say just Turambar, because it keeps on calling him Turambar, but then also Turin. So I'm saying both names, so we know that it's the same person. Consistency is the key.
All right.
So one of the men with Turambar runs to the mound and points out, there's a young woman here lying here, and she's alive, which I'm sure were the 2 points Turambar was the most concerned with at that exact moment. Like, does anyone else see a girl lying here? And please say she isn't dead. Like, so confirmed.
Yeah.
So now that he has had this confirmed, he picks her up, and she is just drenched. Like, water is just dripping from her hair. She's so wet. Quotes, but she closed her eyes and quivered and strove no more. Now, this wording is weird to me, strove no more, because, like, she was just lying there. She wasn't going anywhere. She wasn't striving.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought she was asleep or unconscious on the mound, but she was actually just laying there, cowering in fear of the lightning. She has her hearing back, so I'm sure she heard the men talking about her and, like, approaching her, but she just laid there. So when Turambar picks her up, she's still shaking from fear and probably cold. And after he picks her up, he's like, oh, right, this girl be naked. So he puts his cloak around her, and he takes her to a nearby hunter's lodge in the woods. Now, I would think you put the cloak over the girl first and then pick her up, but whatever. That's just maybe Turin should have learned that lesson. So
dark out. Who knows?
So at the hunter's lodge, they make a fire. They try and warm her up with blankets until she eventually opens her eyes and takes in the group of men around her. Quote, and when her glance fell on Turambar, a light came in her face, and she put out a hand towards him.
For it seemed to her that she had found at last something that she had sought in the darkness, and she was comforted.
Aww.
So remember that line, because it's going to come up later. And just a quick reminder here that she has lost all of her memories. So she doesn't remember the whole point of her journey in the wild was to look for Turambar. Also, Nienor has never met Turin or even met her father Hurin for that matter. She was born after both of them had left Dorloman. So the fact that some part of her almost recognizes Turambar perhaps suggests that maybe she sees a resemblance to her mother that she can only remember subconsciously. That's at least what which does kind of make sense because Turin, is always described as being dark, dark-haired, kind of dark like their mom, Morwen. Whereas Hurin was more, I think, golden. Nienor and Lalith were both kind of golden. So maybe that's why I'm kind of connecting that dot. That's why she might think it looks more familiar. Now, as much as we have mentioned on this podcast that Turin is the worst, I mean, he is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
He's not actually a mean person. Like, he's not like bloodthirsty in like a cruel way. He is by no means an a-hole or anything like that. Like, he's not a...
He just makes silly choices.
Yeah. So when he's actually very sweet here, and it almost throws me because I have such a bad image of him in my brain. I'm like, oh wait, he's nice? Oh right, yeah, he's nice. He's just so stupid. Like, yeah. So when Nienor reaches out to him, he is the definition of kindness as he takes her hand and smiles at her and says, quote, "Now, lady, will you not tell us your name and your kin and what evil has befallen you?"
Oh,
like, just so sweet. So Nienor just, Nienor just shakes her head and starts to cry. The men give her what food they can, which she devours. Then she sighs and holds Turin's hand again.
Oh.
Another note that Tolkien probably knew more about women than we should give him credit for in that day and age. Always give an emotional woman food. It makes everything better.
It's true. It's true.
It's true. Turin again is so sweet to her and says, quote, "With us you are safe. Here you may rest this night. In the morning we will lead you to our homes up in the high forest. But we would know your name and your kin so that we may find them and bring them news of you. Will you not tell us?" She doesn't say a word and just starts crying again.
Oh.
They must have run out of food at this point because this time they tried coaxing her. Like, we don't know what else.
You want more
no food, no chocolate. Yeah. Dude, give me a baguette and my life is 1,000 times better.
Yeah. It's it reminds me of that scene, one of my favorite movies, 13 Going on 30, when she starts freaking out. She's having like a anxiety attack. He's like, "You need anything?" She's like, "I want a fluffy pillow." She's like, "Okay, do you need water?" She's like, "I want a fluffy pillow." She's just like holding the fluffy pillow in the next scene. Like,
Or it reminds me of those that, like, I'm not sure if it's a trend on like an Instagram trend where guys will pick up their girls and they'll be like super late, or the girl will be just like getting in and just automatically just like pissed about something going on, and he literally just like shoves food in her mouth and then like hands her favorite drink and hands her like, you know, like something else. And she just like immediately like calms down. Like, so how's it going?
Yes. If someone just shoves like a really good donut my way, I'll be like, okay, I feel better now.
You were saying? So Turin doesn't have that. So he says instead, quote, "Do not be troubled. Maybe the tale is too sad yet to tell, but I will give you a name and call you Niniel, Maid of Tears."
That's a sad name. That's a sad name. And I shall call you Crying Girl.
I mean, that's basically all they know about her. Like, she just keeps crying. I don't know.
Crying Girl.
This is almost an echo of Findula's giving Turin the name of Thurin, and it being so close, you know, they're to the original name. It's almost comical, but the name's meaning is more fitting. Like, it just happens to sound like the original name, but it's just funny how that happens to both Turin and Nienor here.
Yeah.
Also, just poor Nienor. So Nienor means mourning, as in like sad mourning, and Niniel, Maid of Tears. Like, just there's more to her than that. I'm sure people
like a fun hang.
Yeah,
she seems super cool and chill to hang out with.
Yes. So at Turin's new name for her, she kind of looks up and she shakes her head, but she does speak for the first time since she was put under Glaurung's spell as she repeats her new name, Niniel. So
okay.
they take Nienor Niniel back towards their settlement at Ethelbrandir. Remember, that's the settlement of the Forest of the Men of Brethil, built on the hill with encircling fence kind of thing, the barricade. But along the way, they come across a place that's going to be very important later. They have to cross a stream called Celebros, which I was like, Celebrimbor, Celeborn. Kella is an important word, and it's just silver, which makes sense.
Cool.
So Celebros is silvery spray or silvery foam. It's a cool name for a stream, I feel like. Quote, there a bridge of wood had been built, and below it the stream went over a lip of worn stone and fell down by many foaming steps into a rocky bowl far below, and all the air was filled with spray like rain.
Mist.
So you think, yes. So they say stream, but I feel like that's kind of an undersell. But like, what is between a stream and a river? A brook? A
creek?
I don't know. Creek? Maybe a creek would be better. But basically, it's a stream / creek / river that has like a lot of little waterfalls, and then it has one big waterfall with a pool far below it.
A babbling brook, you would say?
Yeah. So it basically sounds like your typical summer watering hole because of how cool and fresh the water was. The people called it Dimrost, or this rainy stair, the waterfall part of it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So as Turinbar and his men lead Niniel into this waterfall, she starts shivering and gets really cold. So much so that the men are unable to warm her or comfort her enough to stop the shivering. So because of that, this waterfall now gets a new name, and it is now called Nen Garret, or the Shuddering Water.
Oh.
Now, hopefully you have listened to the first season of our podcast where we went over this part of the story before, or you've read the Silmarillion before, because I don't want to give any spoilers. So I'm going to stop here for a second if you haven't. Give me time to like fast forward for like, give me like 15 seconds to get a good one. But this is the same waterfall that she will jump to her death later in the story.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Do you remember that now?
I remember there's in his Turin story, there's a lot of people jumping off things and dying.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Spoiler free zone now. So with Nienor Niniel in this state, the men decide to move on, but it was soon clear that she, quote, was already wandering in a fever. So was it really the waterfall that made her shiver, or did she just have chills from this fever? I mean, they already renamed the whole waterfall based on it. You know, Bill made a new sign. You know, it'd be embarrassing to change it at this point. So
we already got pamphlets made. It's
yeah. We already cut the ribbon on the grand opening.
Yes, it's too much. We got to keep it, you know?
So they get back to Ethel Brandir, and their leader, Brandir, who you might remember, is also a healer of sorts. And he looks after Nienor Niniel. Brandir uses all of his skills. The women of the settlement do their best, but only when Turinbar was near would she, quote, lie at peace or sleep without moaning.
So no night terrors,
right.
Or...
So with the help of Turin's mere presence, it would seem, she began to get better until she was able to walk around the settlement. She is well enough even to start relearning how to talk, as the women of Brethel teach her as they would a child how to speak, word by word. Quote, but in this learning she was quick and took great delight, as one that finds again treasures great and small that were mislaid. And when at length she had learned enough to speak with her friends, she would say, what is the name of this thing? For in my darkness I lost it.
It's like, she's like got like amnesia, or like, what's the word? Like trauma-based.
Yeah.
Amnesia, or I don't know what it's called, but like when they resort back
selected
to
memories, like, or whatever.
Yeah, no, resorting back to like very young mind, like they don't, you know, remember, or they are very not immature. It's just like, I don't remember.
It's a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Anyway, when she wasn't with the women of Brethel, she would hang out with Brandir, and he would teach her the names of all living things as they walked through gardens and glades. I'm assuming she meant plants and such, then he probably knew a lot about plants and such as a healer. Like, I'm assuming that's what she was referring to.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, here we develop another awkward love triangle as Brandir falls for Nienor Niniel. Turin's lot in life. Quote, then Brandir grew to love her. And when she grew strong, she would lend an arm for his lameness, and she called him her brother. But to Turambar her heart was given, and only at his coming would she smile, and only when he spoke gaily would she laugh.
Oh.
Remember, Brandir, like clubfoot. He has a disability, so he's not just like lame, like he's a loser. He's like literally like handicapped.
Like he's like limping and.
Yeah.
Oh.
But man, brother, that is a hard friend zone right there.
Oh.
Just like Findulas did to Gwyndor, poor guys. There used to be a friend zone club in the Silmarillion.
Yeah. A little like a little support group.
Yeah. Which also Eowyn would be in as well.
And there's someone else.
Oh, Legolas. Legolas could be in there.
No, there was another elf. It wasn't Derek from the band. Who was it?
Well, Cyros. No, Derek from the band. Yeah, Derek from the band liked Luthien. Yeah, you're right. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Derek from the band.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
No. When they need a little.
Someone please make this.
Yeah. Poor guys.
Just like how they have the one-handed club, there's going to be also the friend zone of the Middle Earth. I like it.
Sad.
So.
No.
One day,
it's not the friend zone. It's the what's the Elvish word for friend or the
melon
zone.
Melon zones.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is perfect. Melon realm, because you can't say zone. That's not very Elvish. The melon realm. Okay. Anyway, so one day, Turin Turambar and Nienor Niniel were sitting with each other, and she says, quote, "Of all things I have now asked the name, say you, what are you called?" It's not clear how long she's been in this little settlement, but based on her recovery and basically like relearning how to speak, it had to have been at least a couple of weeks. And all that time, she never knew his name, like never even heard someone like, "Hey, Turambar, yeah, hey, Turin, yeah." Nothing. A little weird, but okay.
Maybe he makes them,
but it's also
only
like,
call him sir, Lord.
Maybe, but also like you could also see Turin being like, "No, I had to explain my name. My name has a backstory that only I can tell."
Yeah.
And you'll see that here in a second. So Turin tells her his name is Turambar. Quote, then she paused as if listening for some echo, like maybe hoping to hear familiarity in the name, an echo in her memories.
It would be like, my name is Turin, and there's like pause for dramatic effect. She's like, I don't know who that is. She's like,
yeah.
Well, who?
It makes you wonder, though, if he had said, my name is Turin, if there would have been something, but because he said Turambar, she's never heard the name Turambar, let alone in association with Turin. So no echoes could be. So
yeah, he messed it up. He could have helped her.
Yep. So she asks him what Turambar means. He's like, I thought you would never ask. And I'd love to tell you. Quote, it means master of the dark shadow. For I also, Niniel, had my darkness in which dear things were lost. But now I have overcome it, I deem.
So he doesn't know she's his sister either?
Correct.
Okay.
So quite a few dear things, just Beleg, Gwyndor, Nulas, just a few things. Love it all. It's just a few dear things. That's what they sum up to you, Turin. That's all you can call them. To say he deems he has overcome it, I feel like, no, you haven't. Like,
yeah,
it's a little wishful thinking, perhaps. So Nienor Niniel's reply isn't what I would expect. as she relates her own response to her darkness to his, as she says, quote, "And did you also flee from it, running until you came to these fair woods? And when did you escape Turin?
Just like, I can't be the only crazy one, right? Did this happen to you too?
Yeah. Like, well, I did not take off my clothes quite as much as you did, but...
He's got that effect on people, evidently. Everybody's got to, like, lose their clothes.
I know. Well, he forced Cyrus to, but whatever. So Turin replies, well, tell me what you think. Quote, "Yes, I fled for many years, and I escaped when you did so, for it was dark when you came, Niniel, but ever since it has been light, and it seems to me that what I long sought in vain has come to me."
Like, if you already were, like, crushing on someone and someone said that to you, I feel like that would just fuel the fire a little bit.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what a smooth line. I almost want to start rooting for this budding romance, and then I'm like, wait, no. Brother, sister, no, bad.
No. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
No.
Somehow meeting Niniel has taken him out of his darkness and brought him to the light. And I wonder if she had any similarities to their sister Lele, because remember, she was Turin's little sister, who he was very close with until she died at the age of 3. And maybe in some psychological way, he had always been looking for her. Because remember, he even brought up Lele to Fendulis, that she reminded him of her. He's not forgotten about his little sister. And that's something that he's, like, I think, always kind of subconsciously looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So how fitting that Lele probably looks like Nienor. Also, this is an echo of what Tolkien said of Nienor's thoughts when she first met Turin. For what it seemed to her that she had found at last something she had sought in the darkness, and she was comforted. So they were both seeking things in the darkness.
It's like they're both subconscious is trying to say, hey, you've been looking for your sister. You've been looking for your brother. But then there's like this like wall
right.
of like, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I'm just going to like funnel these feelings somewhere else. But it's like, oh, you're so close.
Yeah. Quote, "And as he went back to his house in the twilight, he said to himself, Hoth and Eleth," that's the name of Fendulis' grave, "from the green mound she came. Is that a sign? And how shall I read it?"
Oh.
Do you think it's all part of Turin's, like, I'm not going to turn my back on love again. If it comes, I'm not going to hesitate like I did with Fendulis. Like, is he trying to be like, you know, I need to seize the moment. I need to seize the opportunity.
Yeah. I don't want to be alone forever.
Yeah. The scene of Turin talking to himself, like, I swear this is in, like, every rom-com scene. Like, what should I do?
Yeah. Dramatically, like, puts his head down on the table. Oh.
Yes. Looks out to window in the rain. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways, a quiet year passes in the forest of Brethel. The men stay close to home. The orcs don't seem to cause any trouble during this time, because remember, they were afraid to go near Fendulis' grave for fear of Turin. Quote, "And now Niniel was fully healed and was grown fair and strong, and Turambar restrained himself no longer, but asked her hand in marriage." Remember, he doesn't know that they're brother and sister. He doesn't know.
Okay.
Now, and at first, Niniel is happy about the proposal, but remember, we have an awkward love triangle here, so added drama, added tension. Quote, "But when Brandir learned of it, his heart was sick within him, and he said to her, 'Be not in haste. Think me not unkindly if I counsel you to wait.'"
Oh.
So, quick comparison to the Silmarillion version here that describes this scene. Quote, "For Brandir foreboded he knew not what, and sought to restrain her, rather for her sake than his own rivalry with Turambar," which sounds like it's a bit of a different vibe than we're going for. if you're going to hear it even more later, but like Silmarillion's like, no, it's not. I just got this weird feeling about this guy. It's not anything to do with me. Like, I want you to be happy. It's not with him. But in this version, it's like, it's such a love triangle. It's, oh my gosh. Okay. Continuing. Nienor Niniel replies, quote, nothing that you do is done unkindly, but why then do you give me such counsel, wise brother? Does she know the knife she is twisting in this poor guy at this mention of brother? Well, Brandir definitely didn't miss the brother comment, as he says, quote, wise brother, lame brother rather, unloved and unlovely, and I scarce know why. Yet there lies a shadow on this man, and I am afraid. Little bit of a pity party. Mm-hmm. Like, maybe if I try the pitiful card, it'll work, but she completely ignores that and stays on the subject of Turin, as she says, quote, there was a shadow, or so he told me, that he has escaped from it, even as I. And is he not worthy of love? Though he now holds himself at peace, was he not the greatest captain from whom all our enemies would flee if they saw him?
He's like, yeah, sure, I guess.
Like, poor Brandir, wise brother compared to greatest captain. Like,
yeah,
you're screwed, man. Yeah. But all he wants to know is, who told you this?
Yeah.
As if Turin being a great captain was supposed to be like a big secret.
Yeah.
And it for sure sounds like he didn't want her to know that he was like awesome. So she responds, it was Dorlas. Does he not speak the truth? Dorlas, if you remember, was the leader of the woodsmen that Turin met in the woods that basically brought Turin back and was like, this guy is awesome. Think of all the orc butt he can kick, with him by her side. Like, he was like really jazzed about Turin being there. But Brandir is not happy that Nienor has learned about this, because not only does it make Turin sound so much more better than him, but he mainly just doesn't like that Turin and Dorlas are in favor of making war on the orcs any chance they get, while Brandir is more in favor of stealth and secrecy. So he's like already like it's just adding on to the reasons like, see, this is why I don't like Turin.
Yeah. That guy? Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So Brandir clearly isn't getting anywhere trying to get Nienor Niniel to not want to marry Turin with this conversation. So he plays the one card he has left to play. Any guess on what it is?
Maybe like he's cursed, or he kills everyone he's around, or all these bad things happen when he's around him, and do you want to die too? That's my thought.
I like it. So far he hasn't really shown the curse side yet, being among these guys. I mean, it's gonna happen in like a page, but it's just Turin's identity.
Well, don't you know he's really...
Yeah. Quote, the truth, but not the whole truth. For he was the captain of Nargothrond, and came before out of the north, and was, it is said, son of Hurin of Dorloven, of the warlike house of Hador. Interesting he doesn't say the actual name Turin here. He does in the Silmarillion version. But at these words, a shadow crosses Nienor's face. Now, Brandir thinks, oh, I've got her attention. She's starting to, starting to doubt it. So he keeps going. Indeed, Niniel, well may you think that such a one is likely ere long to go back to war, far from this land maybe. And if so, how will you endure it? Have a care, for I forebode that if Turambar goes again to battle, then not he, but the shadow will have the mastery. Like, oh, those House of Hador guys, they sure love their battle. And, he's going to have to go off to war. And what's going to happen to you? Well, how will you hold up without him?
You're going to be all alone.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, if you have kids, you're going to be a single mom,
Yeah. And at Brandir's warning doesn't seem to stop her. She says, quote, ill would I endure it, but unwedded, no better than wedded, and a wife maybe would better restrain him and hold off the shadow. Like, it doesn't matter if they're married or not. The thought of Turin going to war, she would not handle it well. Like, she just already has those feelings for him. But I do love her sweet summer child thinking that she could somehow restrain Turin and hold off the shadow from Turin. Like, oh,
yeah,
that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You're adorable.
That boy, he's broken.
Yeah. Something about this whole conversation does give Nienor Niniel some pause, though. So she asks Turin if they can wait.
Okay.
Now, Turin has no idea why she would want to wait and is understandably disappointed at the news. And then he finds out from Nienor Niniel that it was Brandir who gave her the advice to wait. Quote, he was ill-pleased.
Ooh, drama.
It doesn't say exactly when all this happened, but when the next spring comes, Turin decides he can't wait anymore. Quote, time passes. We have waited, and now I will wait no longer. Do as your heart bids you, Niniel, most dear. But see, this is the choice before me. I will go back now to war in the wild, or I will wed you, and go never to war again, save only to defend you if some evil assails our home. An ultimatum, Turin? Really? Low blow.
But also, like, her dream ultimatum.
Yeah.
Like, you won't go back to war if we get married? That's what I wanted the whole time.
Mm-hmm. So this is one of the many reasons why I love doing the Unfinished Tales, because compare what we just learned with in the Silmarillion. It says his heart turned to Niniel. That's all it basically says. He asked her to marry him. She says to wait, also because of a conversation with Brandir. And when 3 years had passed since the sacking of Nargothrond, we can use a useful time reference, like since he last proposed or something earlier to follow along with. But he also says he would like to marry her or else go back to war in the wild. The basic building blocks of the story are the same. But him saying that after meeting her, he has come out of the shadows into the light, that he could restrain himself no longer and had to ask her to marry him. He calls her most dear. These small details really add a tenderness to Turin's love that I don't believe we were shown in the Silmarillion, in my opinion. It's more, in the Silmarillion, I thought of it just a bit more than how he felt towards Findulis. She's okay.
She's fine.
She's fine.
Yeah.
Anyways, so with the choice before her of being married to Turin, whom she loved, or him going off to war, of course, she was happy to marry him. Quote, then she was glad indeed, and she plighted her truth, spoke of her love. And at the midsummer, they were wedded, and the woodsmen made a great feast. And they gave them a fair house, which they had built for them upon Amen Obel. There they dwelt in happiness, but Brandir was troubled, and the shadow on his heart grew deeper.
Mm-hmm. He's at their wedding, in the back table, just drinking, all angry.
Yes.
It's that should have been me.
Pretty much. Well, that's actually where I'm going to leave you today.
Oh gosh. Okay. Yes, it's very sweet that they care for each other in the sense of if you were also like them and you did not know that they were brother and sister, that yes, they were very he helped her, she made him a better person as well, but come on, why did this story have to have the brother-sister aspect? Oh man.
Again, I need to know, Tolkien, the origin story behind this idea. I need to know.
Mm-hmm. We have a running list of things that we really need to know, Tolkien.
Yeah.
Why did you have to
running to the woods naked?
Yeah, why
the brother and sister
have to add things like this? It's oh gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it was a beautiful wedding.
What a beautiful wedding.
She probably had a bouquet of wildflowers and stuff.
Oh, she definitely had a flower crown.
Oh, beautiful. Did they look nothing alike?
No.
Nothing alike?
Well, I mean, maybe, but remember, he was very dark.
Yeah,
and
I guess.
He was very golden.
But still. What?
But still, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yuckaroony.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for joining us on this incestuous journey through Middle Earth.
Yay. I
Don't forget to
learned
follow
the
us.
lesson of this episode, kids.
Maybe compare family trees before dating. That's all I'm going to say. Don't forget to follow us on Sisters of the Shire podcast on Instagram. Big thank you to our patrons, Dan, Tom, Kevin, Victoria, and Avery. You guys are so amazing, and we really appreciate you keeping on supporting us. Keeping on. That's grammatically correct, right? If you would like to support the podcast and become a part of our fellowship, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Sisters of the Shire podcast.
Yay!
If you can't help us out monetarily, we totally get it. If you please just leave us a rating or review. It really helps the algorithms and the internets and all that AI stuff.
Them internets.
As far as world news, again, I don't know how you guys did this, Netherlands, how you have a Netherlands and the Netherlands.
Proper Netherlands.
Proper Netherlands. I don't think this is Tom's Netherlands, though. So the Netherlands is 6th, and the Netherlands just moved up to 24th. Overtook Lebanon. Iran overtook Nigeria, Indonesia, and that Turkey place that I can't pronounce. I'm so sorry.
Turkey?
It's like Turkey. It's not, but that's how I want to say it. And I hope you guys aren't insulted.
Weren't our parents there the other month?
Probably, actually, yeah. I should have asked them how to pronounce it. Yes, they were.
Our parents traveled together.
Yes. And that's actually it as far as world news. But I hope you guys all have a great Hobbit day today or yesterday, or had a great Hobbit day. Like a Hobbit week.
Yeah, how are you going to celebrate?
I might make a stew later with some potatoes.
I only have sweet potatoes.
Gross.
I might have to go to the store. I'm going to make some soda bread, which is like a pub bread that I feel like they would eat at like the Green Dragon and stuff. Ooh,
like
ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, happy Hobby Day to those who celebrate, and thank you for teaching me today about what not to do with your sibling.
Sorry, my 4 options just make me want to bark. Anyways, love you, bro. You're welcome for teaching you about what not to do. Until next time, I've been Ashley.
And I've been Abby. And this has been the Sisters of the Shire podcast. And we're so glad you joined us today. And we hope you can join us next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for teaching me a day.
Yay!